2 and Speed Gaming Final Fantasy fans. We're here tonight with a race between JShydell versus Sledge Calmy. Joining me in the booth is Nightmare Phoenix. How are you doing tonight, Nightmare Phoenix?
Doing just fine. We are just peachy here in the booth. Couple hiccups in the racer side of things, so we'll be starting here very shortly. But we can go ahead and start talking about I guess what interesting things these racers have to tell us.
Well, do you have those notes pulled up?
I do.
Okay, if you want to go through that, that'd be great.
Yeah. Sledge is always trying to find a way to join the wise old men in Crescent Lake, in that sage knitting circle. And JShydell helps with the race crew often. And his favorite class is a thief, so we'll likely see a thief in his party today. As far as experience goes, Sledge has co-op tourney 2019 and spring tourney 2020. And JShydell, he's had a lot of experience. He's got a 2020 Summer Duckling Derby. He participated in the 2021 Winter Derby, and where he tied for 10th. And he participated in the Winter Dab. So we got some decent competition here tonight.
And do we have the party composition on stream yet, or is that still awaiting for our restreamer? I'm guessing it hasn't loaded in yet. A reminder to those if you're watching it on YouTube or a video on demand, we do not know what's going to happen as far as we haven't seen the stream. It's on a 10-minute delay. We just saw the runners in chat mention that there was some issues, so we'll point those out when they get there. We do know the blessings and curses tonight. I'll run through those real quick. On Fighter, we're going to be rocking plus 40 strength. On Thief, we'll be able to wear the Red Mage armor. Black Belt has plus 10 agility. Red Mage plus 20 vitality. White Mage can use the defense sword, and Black Mage can use the black shirt as a mage without promotion. Any of those classes look interesting to you, Phoenix?
I'm a big fan of using fighters in this flag set. That extra 40 strength is going to be help kind of take out some of the earlier enemies with hopefully we find at least a stick to swing at them. Otherwise, I'm looking at the pretty much black belt, really. Black belt, maybe a red mage, and black mage. Nothing really standing out. So, oh, and we have pictures. So this would be Sledge attempting to restart his emulator and to get everything running again. And we got JShydell on standby, waiting for him to catch up.
So once we see these names input, we'll likely see the runners start again. I don't know if we'll see Magic Shop check. I don't know at which point they froze out. I'm guessing we will, but we'll find out with you, stream.
I feel like Jay, it was like 30 seconds in when Sledge mentioned that there was an issue, and I'm pretty sure Jay stopped what he was doing and walked back out of Corneria to stand here where he's at now. So apparently Sunflash, our wonderful restreamer, is saying that just finished most of his town shopping. So we'll have to see what Sledge goes and sees when he gets in.
Perfect. And we see Sledge rocking the fighter, Red Mage, Black Mage, White Mage, so he'll definitely be looking for that good early magic. Not sure what JShydell chose. We'll see that soon enough.
If you're, for the keen observers, can see that is definitely a thief sprite on the overworld.
Maybe it's Solo Thief. I highly doubt it, but
he did all thieves. That's the
yes, all thieves, absolutely. Again, our tracker letting us know fighter, thief, white mage, black. So
and
not too much different.
So we got Harm 2 and Ruse, Fog and White Shop, Temper, Confuse, Lock 2, and Sleep 2 in Black Magic.
Early confused strats, maybe? Or just
Perhaps.
punch them down with the fighter. I mean, that plus 40 strength, you don't even have to equip a weapon for a lot of early enemies.
Absolutely. And looks like JShydell bought 2 Rapier -5s. And he's going straight into Garland to say hi. With that, Confuse strats.
Not a bad idea. Garland, well, not he's not immune to it by any means, so I think it has the same percentage to hit as so 1 in 4. You may know that off your head.
I think about that, yeah. And it looks like Garland has Poison Touch. Oh dear.
A nasty Garland. I didn't see if JShydell saved outside of. No, he didn't. So he will be walking that back. I think we had a hero run to TOF though.
Yes, and Sledge going all the way to provoke it for some much better magic, hopefully. And take a couple levels as he can.
Not a bad play. You never know. You could get vanilla ship and just sail right back to Corneria or sail to Elflin and leave the 2 key item checks there on Princess and King.
Absolutely. It's definitely a good play here. So, party comp on Jay's side, we got Thief, Black Mage, White Mage, Fighter. And he's through Garland. And now we get to see that the King has a Crystal. And Princess Sarah has a Canal.
And to the comment in chat, I'm sure someone will let Sledge know about the mouse cursor. However, we are on a 10-minute delay. So it'll be at least 10 minutes unless he realizes it himself. So we have Fire 2, at least we have a Sweeper, and Fast. So some good spells at level 2, you like to see that with a fighter. And you have Zap there if you want to go for some cheeky early kills.
I'm a big fan of Zap. I love using Zap. It is probably one of my favorite insta-kill spells. But it seems to only be useful early on. We got Jay going to visit Matoya and turn in that crystal and see what she's been stashing away. And it looks like her life savings. And Jay finds a ruby, which in this flag set, the ruby is arguably useless.
Potentially, it could block something with Sarda, but yeah, most of the time that is a useless item if you have the airship. At any point, you don't need that ruby anymore.
Yeah, the Titan's Trove being just a place to get some quick and easy boxes if you're in the mood. But a little bit out of the way to be doing that.
Did we see a white magic check on Sledge's side? Because that is Fade. So we have our early white mage nuke.
Looks like Jay is grabbing Fast Fire 2. And Cat Claws +2 for 41k.
Now, I'd heard Cat Claw's been nerfed, but I'm not familiar with that enough to know what the change was, if that is still a viable option for those who can swing it or not.
Jay's fighting his pirates, and I don't think Sledge managed to get through his pirates at all. As a result, he walking back there from Corneria.
Okay, thank you, Cheese. Vanilla Cat Claw had a high index number, which gave it a high crit rate. But it's basically useless now, so Cheese dropping the knowledge on us.
Ooh, pirates with floater. That's gonna speed things up tremendously.
And tail at the item shop. So you have floater to promotion, you just need the money. So an unfortunate wipe on Sledge's part, and what happened was he was just short of cash, I think, on the save, so he ended up having to walk that back.
Sledge not making that mistake again, going into the or the inn and saving now, as Jay is making his way down to Crescent, and then of course he's going to pick up an airship.
Now, do you go to Crescent or you go straight to Airship if it's you?
If it's me, I go to Crescent. It's on the way. You could still there's a fairly quick path down to the Ryokan Desert. So I would definitely touch it. Jay, on the other hand, is just gonna speed along. Just gonna get out, do a quick save, and use that encounter manipulation, so he doesn't have to deal with the arguably nasty river tiles.
And Jay showing the encounter manipulation with the save there, he knows about where he needs to drop it to not get the encounter, and does so successfully.
Sledge on his way, and it looks like a transfer in white magic, or Exfer. And I think I saw Bane for a split second in the Crescent Magic Shop.
And Lit 3 as well at level 6, so it's not exactly where you want to see Lit 3, but if Nuke is somewhere earlier, then it really doesn't matter.
And our favorite wise old man had a chime lying around. So that'll grant access to Mirage Tower if they want to get there early, which probably not the best of ideas, but we are going to get our Sarda check and see if Sarda had anything locked away behind a ruby. No, Sledge has not taken on Garland yet. Got an Oxyale from Sarda. So with that Oxyale and a chime in your pocket, where would you be headed next?
Good question. I think I'd be looking for a grind tile. He just passed Earth, so he's not checking there. You could check the desert, the overworld encounter. Of course, we know the hero runs there, so that might be a good option. Unfortunately, when you have airship, you have so many options open. Sometimes it can be hard to focus in on one.
And it looks like the mouse cursor has finally decided to evaporate. As I see Life and Wall at level 3.
Caleb saying in chat he would head to Volcano, get some tail money. That would be a good plan. You could also go to Cardia, look for that money, but then, of course, you're making the trip there and back, so Volcano is probably a better option.
Yes. Sledge now in his airship.
Of course I say that, and you can't call that a curse, chat, because 10 minutes behind, so we have no clue.
Jay is checking out Cardia. And Sledge picking up his Oxyale.
I believe that was floater money, wasn't? Or not, or tail money, excuse me. I believe.
Definitely tail money. Neither Razor taking a black belt, so no reason not to promote as soon as possible.
Promote as possible and check those boxes just in case you get a early sword with that plus 40 strength. You'd be happy with a lot of swords, I think.
Oh, just about anything. As Sledge is gonna go ahead and check out Marsh, whereas JShydell has tail money. He's picking up the tail. We'll see him promoting here really quick, and then it's probably off to maybe Marsh, maybe raid the Volcano.
And he bought a house, which is notable. He might be thinking he's going to need those fades to get some early levels. Then immediately, wherever he goes, go back out, use the house, and do it again.
Sledge's routing is definitely interesting. He has to win this match in order to get a chance to make it for the play-ins. So he's probably trying to take some risky maneuvers to see if something will give him an edge over Jay.
And, that's not a bad play. Because if you know the other runner's 2-0 and you're 0-2, why not check some of those out-of-the-way boxes? Maybe you'll get a Mazza or something, a defense sword, something that's going to help you endgame that the other runner doesn't find.
And we're promoted in sub 10 minutes. Sledge finding this ship in Marsh Cave, not what you want to see, considering the ship is arguably totally unnecessary at this point.
Yeah, I doubt you're gonna get back in the ship just to make the little bit closer walk to or no, I can't think of the name. The where you get the
Ordeals?
tail. Ordeals. Yes, thank you.
I knew exactly where you're going. I was like, oh, I can help. I got this. And Sledge, now with a couple levels under his belt, is gonna go say hi to Garland. But first, we must touch some boxes as JShydell finds a Zeus gauntlet.
And notable, neither of those runners checked bottom left chest, which had a good amount of cash, and so does the upper chest. So, if you run into that, you might think, well, the other runner had this money early, and they just breezed through butt the tail, didn't have to run around. But of course, we know, having the fortune of watching both, that neither runner got those early.
Right. So Jay just finished reading the rest of Cardia, and he's promoted. He's got everything going for him. It looks like he's headed down to Marsh to get his airship a little bit wet just before he finds the ship, I'm sure. That's the last time anything called a ship will be touching the water this seed, very likely.
We can only hope.
And Garland is down. Princess is rescued. Sledge finds his crystal and canal. The canal that's been passed down for 2,000 years.
And thanks to Sunflash, our tracker, I know, looking at the spell list, what he's wrote down, we haven't seen warp or exit yet, so we're likely not to see that ship even appear on the map.
It's very likely that we will have a rather long walking sort of seed here. Where did Sledge parked his airship next to the Toph and got warped back with the princess. And it does look like Death Touch gargoyles. That is not a nice find. But JShydell is abandoning Marsh.
Gonna do that volcano play. It's a good play. Got a high chest density there in the armory. You can play rate that armory. Hopefully, for the runner's sake, he gets something good out of it, or at least a good trap child.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, there's probably a katana lying in wait here. Whereas Sledge is buying some white magic, some life, some ribbon.
That just up the treasury. We got a ribbon +2,
and
you were right.
Aha!
So that's a 9 out of 10 in my books, because it did roll down, but it's still a swing, still a sword you can swing. You just got to get out of this fight.
So here to announce that I'm gonna start holding psychic readings shortly after the stream. $5 a reading.
So he knows where that ribbon is. He knows where the katana is. He knows where the big cash chests are if he chooses, which I imagine he will. Still needs some spell money.
May as well go ahead and touch most of the boxes anyway. Sledge picking up his ruby. Silver +4, not horrible.
Key items only being worth +5% experience, not a huge factor when it comes to leveling, unless you just have a ton of key items compared to your other runner when you go to grind.
Sledge gonna go make that turn in with Titan's Trove. He's
first. We'll get to see what that holds.
He has to be hoping for some good gear. Pro Cape +2. And an Excal -4. That'll be something to swing, at least, once he buys the tail and gets promoted.
Now, chat, can you tell us, does a +40 strength make up for... Well, I know it doesn't make up the crit rate, but will it equal out to about a standard vanilla XCal, or is it still down?
I mean, it has a pointy end. It's kind of big and heavy. The fighter's kind of buff. It might hurt something, but I don't think it's gonna. It's definitely not gonna be the end game weapon.
I don't think it's gonna be critting anytime soon.
No. Yeah, hope here is to find a blessed Vorpal or not. And black magic for level 4. Quad X, lock, nuke, and lit.
Like to see that nuke. We still need those spellcasters up. I don't, especially on JShydell's side. Probably still looking for a good grind. He's in a little bit better position. Of course, Sledge making the early waterfall play, so this should be interesting. I don't know what his levels are. I'm guessing they're not great.
Kind of low. I don't think he's broken 10 yet.
If he can take those nightmares out, I don't know if he has ice or not. I don't think he does.
I think he's still running with fire too. And possibly fade. And nightmares one-shotting the white mage. And this seems to be the home of the nightmares up here in Waterfall. And that's it. That's a party wipe. Try again. I'm not sure if I would be running into Waterfall at this point.
Probably just going for the Hail Mary play, I would assume here.
Exactly. Oh, that's not a bad tile to find, or encounter to find, rather.
He did not buy Fade, however, so he's only rocking Fire 2.
This is not looking good for Sledge. He needs something to start going right for him so he can get some momentum under his belt.
And this would be it's still dangerous play. It'd be a lot less dangerous if he had Warp or Exit, but keep in mind, he still has to walk this out even if he survives this fight.
I honestly, if I were Sledge, I would have taken a couple encounters around Provoca, maybe go touch a Peninsula of Power, get some money, get some levels, buy the tail, go up, get promoted, and then maybe check Ordeal since I'm over there. Because we know Ordeals is likely gonna, in my thought, Ordeals probably will lead to the key. Unless the key's in here in Ice Cave with Jay.
So items we still need are key, rod, and let's see, cube.
JShydell finding a zombie dragon tile on that right chest of ice top, or the ice trap, ice incentive area. It has money in it.
Yeah, I believe that's the undead pack tile normally. I could be wrong.
I think so. White dragons.
Mage
Must be
tile.
a frost dragon.
I'll take Caleb's word for it.
Cool. That's the one thing I'm not 100% on.
Undead pack stuff is the one you worked at. You right here. This is the undead tile.
Okay. Ooh, Wiz Ogres and Green Ogres. Bane Sword. Already probably better than the X-Cal. As Sledge is now getting into the armory.
Sledge will be happy to find that cash and that ribbon. Of course, if he walks into the same tile, which he likely will, he gets a little bit better luck, though, with only one. Still, he gets ambushed. He does make it out.
Judge managed to get out. That's not good. And down goes Sledge again.
Someone saying we have stone poison on frost giants, possibly?
That is not good. Then again, it is going to give Sledge a chance to try to get caught up. However, he's still sitting at level 5, and I'm not sure where he's headed.
I hope Sledge makes a play for some grind tiles. Just get Fade for one. I hope he checks level 3 and 4 magic, finds a Fade and Nuke. But
He
actually, Fade was level 2, so
went down to go visit the Ordeals Peninsula, and then came back to Crescent, probably remembering that he might need some camping equipment in order to get through that Ordeals. Again, he's doing a lot of traveling, and I don't think it's gonna really help him out because this walk to Ordeals and then back from Ordeals, it's gonna be an ordeal.
yeah. And at level 5, Ordeals would be an interesting play to make, especially without warp. So you're gonna be hoping to get the first try on every pillar.
Something to mention here, he just went down, left his airship out of Ordeals, and took a hit, and then so he got back in his ship, flew all the way back to Crescent to revive his party member, and go heal up, and now he's back to it. Honestly, it would have been much faster to just hit that reset button, because you were already set to go before.
He might be in a little bit of a panic, might not have known the last time he saved, but definitely good advice if you're watching this back, Sledge, about if you knew you had saved in Crescent.
Yeah, because he just had to fly back, which he made that trip 3 times over. And
yeah, you saved about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, maybe even a minute.
Masa Moo +3 on Jay's side in that corner ice chest there, and a ribbon. Man, this is a packed treasure room.
Now we have seen with that ribbon will definitely help. We know that I believe it was Spectres have Squint, so he wants to get out of here as soon as possible.
I just realized that JShydell must have the fun enemy names on, because he's going against eye mages.
Little Eye, Big Mage.
Sledge trying to take on a couple zombies at this low level. I don't know if that's recommended or not. And the slab is our incentive item, and the ice cave. Sledge managing to get through. This is a quite a race so far. This seed has definitely not been kind.
And Lightning 3 coming out on Frost Giants, I believe, or Frost Wolves, so that's worse because you're more likely to see more of those, and Squint. So those are some nasty Frost Wolves, and if the chat was correct, the Frost Giants have Stone Poison. So this is just an all-around bad comp, but he does make it through.
Let's hope he can manage to get out in time.
Worth noting, JShydell's not. He just got a bunch of levels on that fighter, but he's around the same level as Sledge. We've been commenting on Sledge levels, but JShydell rocking around the same levels. Much better equipment, but...
Oh, yes. Ice +4 would have been a great find. Unfortunately, we have a Masa +3, +2?
+3, I believe. I can check our tracker notes. I'm sure they have it written down.
I'm pretty sure it's a +3.
We're gonna say +3. Until we're wrong, which it's easy to do as commentators.
It's fine. It's not like, they're gonna run into anything else horribly scary.
You're swinging it either way, whether it's +2 or +3. It's gonna be on your fighter.
Even if it was base, I would be putting that on my fighter and swinging for the stars. All right,
Sledge's little gear starved at the moment with just 2 pieces of armor, and he's down to Red Mage black mage here in Ordeals, so we're gonna hope for the best that he can run from these encounters and, make it through.
JShydell taking that slab over to Melman to get it translated, and then he's probably going to go figure out what it turns into. Any thoughts on what that might be?
It could
and
be
Sledge-
any of the fetch quest items at this point, or we might just be looking at a go mode seed. Who knows?
Sledge finding a black shirt in Ordeals with a key. So Sledge likely gonna take that key and go all the way back to Corneria and see what's in there.
The Masa is not -5. We know that much, so.
We think it's +3, but it's plus something, 2 or 3. All right, Sledge managing to make it out of Ordeals alive. Now he has to make that trek back to his flying machine.
Sledge certainly feeling a little bit better at this point after making it through what was a really rough ordeal.
And he made it through that walk back too. He only has 2 mages up right now, and that is kind of a scary walk to take.
So we're about to see what the Lefenish give us.
A cube. So that's kind of French vanilla right there.
That is absolutely French vanilla, and that just leaves the loot, I think, on the table, and the rod. Yep. So loot and rod for go mode.
And likely Oxiel would probably be my next play. Key was in Ordeals.
Have they checked Corneria locked yet?
That's what Sledge is doing right now. And we have an adamant in Corneria locked. Jay making his ordeal play now, so he'll be picking up the key shortly. And Jay probably in a much better position to be hitting ordeals at this point. He should be able to make it through without much effort.
And I imagine he'll be able to take some of those encounters and actually gain some levels rather than having to run from every fight. And finds not a great trap tile, so just gonna run from that.
Sledge turning in his adamant.
Now the biggest question tonight, does he have spare or kill the dwarf on? Or will we even see it?
He currently has ignore on, and the dwarves have a rod. So the dwarves giving Sledge a crowbar to get down to earth and take out the lich.
Speaking of crowbar, he's about to raid the life savings of the dwarves down here. Which they deserve, by the way.
And it looks like they have just been hoarding a bunch of junk. A base pro ring isn't bad, but otherwise it was a lot of trash.
Yeah, it's maybe a 1 or 2 in my books. Especially if pro rings are for sale somewhere.
Jay finding a red gargoyle that did not want to play nice. Dropped his ninja immediately. Sledge going back into Canaria to restock on supplies. Sledge has been avoiding Provoca for some reason, and I don't know why yet. But hopefully he remembers that that's where the tail is, and he promotes.
Sledge also did not check level 2 white magic. I noticed that the first time he went through and wiped that he didn't check, and the second time he didn't check. So he's not aware of Fade.
Which, once he finds out Fade is there, if he does manage to check, he's probably going to be upset that he didn't pick that up much sooner. He may have forgotten the tail. He definitely has not bought it. But he did remember Nuke. So at least we have Nuke on the board. And I think Jay just found his key. There it is.
So if Jay files this, he'll get his rod, then he'll just be looking for the loot. Well, that can be anywhere at this point, since we have the... Well, it can be anywhere anyway, but, you know, we have a lot of fetch quests left, so that could be the item we end up searching for. We could end up opening a lot of boxes looking for that loot.
It looks like Sledge finding just a base gold bracelet and in the key locked of Elfland.
I believe that base gold bracelet's stronger than the iron armor -3. Of course,
Absolutely.
you might want to keep your mages up if the fighter's not swinging anything good at the moment.
And it looks like we are going back to Crescent. And he's walking out of Crescent instead of resetting out of Crescent. It's a bold move. I wonder if it'll play out for him.
That's a little bit shorter walk. I've been known to do that myself. Just you're thinking about your next move rather than thinking about the fastest strat.
Very true. That is a good point. It's probably easier to take that time to breathe and think. I usually end up doing that in on-rack, so I can wander out to go back down and fight Kraken as Jay pulls his adamant out of the Corneria locked.
Sledge is going to take another crack at this ice cave.
Waterfall.
Or yeah, waterfall, excuse me.
It does look icy in there.
It does
all
look
these-
cold, and you have nightmares, which that's where my brain was going. I don't think he has Ice 3, but he does have Nuke, so... Of course, Ice 3 can actually roll higher than Nuke, I found out on Nightmares. Can roll about 20 damage higher, I believe.
Interesting. So if you were JShydell and you're just currently going around and picking up a bunch of spells for your knight and ninja, you have an adamant, you have a chime, cube, and oxyale. Where's your next bet? What are you gonna do next?
What are his levels at? I haven't actually noticed.
He's getting closer to 10.
Okay, so he's probably not high enough to do the walking grind up sky yet. You might be able to take on Sea Shrine, but you have a lot of options. No one's checked Earth grind tiles yet. You have that. You could always check there, and then you know Lich is gonna go down. You might check Earth Treasury if you're still looking for something, or you could just go mode Earth.
I do vaguely recall seeing Sledge jump into Earth for a moment.
Okay.
However, I don't remember what he ran into, but he noped out of there real fast.
Our tracker's saying he doesn't recall what they were. He just remembers him wiping. So,
Yeah.
if it was a good grind, it's not as good as the grind he just found. He's probably cursing himself that he didn't make it this far when he first came in here. It still would have been a difficult walk out, but
Absolutely.
and he's making the veteran move of walking down into the door, guaranteeing he doesn't get an off-step encounter.
Of course, I do believe that where this encounter is, because it's along the bottom of that room, bottom of the rooms don't count either, if I'm not mistaken.
With the door on there, yeah, it should be safe.
This is the easier one, and who doesn't like hearing that door open and close every time?
Or you could select glitch it. I like to do that.
That is a fun one. I love leaving my doors open in Topher, and it looks like JShydell checked the Earth Grand Tiles and determined they're not good. One of them was a wizard, and that's all I saw. And it looks like since Jay picked up his rod, he's just gonna go straight down and visit our favorite speed control. It was something about roads and something speed bump. It fell apart before I got there. Much to the...
You're giving him too much credit. This is Lich 1 we're talking about, not Lich 2. He doesn't even qualify as a speed bump.
It's one of those speed humps, right?
Yes, he's like a pothole in the road or something inconvenient.
Dragon -2 armor in Waterfall Armory with an herb from the robot. Definitely gonna help Sledge catch up here. However, he needs to go back and grab that tail if he wants to use that dragon armor. But first, he has to make it out of here.
Yes, very important fact. He does have to make it out of here. So this grind, although it is very juicy, you might not want to take it to a high level if you can't walk it out.
I think he's already out of most of his spell charges, and since he never picked up Fade, his white mage can only pick them up when they fall down. But he's going to keep grinding. That's definitely a little bit scary. I'd probably want to try and get out as soon as I could, considering where my life total is and where the state of my spells and supplies.
Did Sledge ever find a ribbon?
No.
So
Wait. I think he did. He found it in Volcano.
So if he has a ribbon, it's a little bit safer with the fighter. At least you might have one character survive an instant death, unless you get 3 and 256, but let's not hope for that. So he might be thinking, I'm going to just make a Hail Mary play. Of course, he is healing his mages, so I thought maybe he was going to solo grind that fighter and then walk it out, which would be dangerous, but you haven't found a better grind yet.
JShydell about to visit Lich very, very shortly, so get ready to say hi to Lich, because something tells me he won't be on that screen for very long.
Sledge choosing to take the ambush. These mudgulls must be low health if he chose to take it. Of course, he did throw his last, I believe his last nuke out. Not an ambush, a first strike.
And it looks like we've reached level 13 for at least one of JShydell's, as at 37 minutes, JShydell is the first with an orblet.
Lich not doing anything crazy, of course. Lich 1. I mean, he can have, I guess, Fire 3, Ice 3. What are some other nasty things he could have? But I don't think he can have any of the big spells, though.
Give Lich Trance. At least make Lich sort of challenging. Sledge making it out of Waterfall and coming back down. I'm just gonna go visit Onrak.
Looks like JShydell might be in orb lighting mode. Looks like he's making a play straight down for carry 1.
He does have all this, everything he needs to get all the orbs lit, and he feels that whatever he finds in either sea or sky will either be the loot that he needs or leads to the loot.
And we have Sledge headed into Sea Shrine. Be interested to see. I imagine he's going to go to mermaids first, or he might remember I need
He's
pots.
probably gonna go save first. After he has a lengthy conversation.
JShydell looks to be checking this trap tile.
Just eye mages, nothing
Not
good.
what you want to see.
Especially since they still have Squint. And he got out of it.
Yeah, I don't think that white mage... He might have put the ribbon on the white mage. No, he has 2. I'm not sure what other character he put the ribbon on.
So far, we do not have a lazy sea shine.
Now, if you're going mermaids first, do you check both the left and right chest, or just the right chest on the way down?
Sometimes I forget where one of the chests are, so I usually check at least one of them before I go down to mermaids. And however, if I decide to go Kraken side first, I'll check the chest on his side, and then I'll check the other one on the way down to mermaids if I haven't found what I needed to yet.
JShydell giving Carry 1 some respect, throwing an Invis 1 up on his fighter, as well as a fast. She survives the hit from the fighter, which is surprising. She was pretty healthy today.
Yeah, with lightning too. Not the worst spell, but has brought him dangerously close to death. And JShydell gonna tempt fate and walked back to his airship.
Our tracker pointing out that when he goes, if he goes, he usually goes Kraken first and checks both chests on the way down, which is definitely a veteran move. If you're planning on going Kraken first and you don't check both chests on the right and left, and the key item happens to be in one, well, you checked a bunch of chests you didn't have to.
Indeed. This is another reason why I usually go to Mermaid side first, especially if I'm not great on my levels yet, or I don't have decent gear, or my spells are mediocre at best.
Yeah, I don't think Sledge is in a good position to take on Kraken. No Brack, the only thing he really has is Nuke, and you're probably not going to chew through Kraken before he chews through you with those Nuke charges, so...
Correct, yeah. Alright, JShydell's next move is likely to probably go up to up to sea. He's probably gonna go visit Waterfall and Honorak.
Be interested to see how Sledge handles this Kraken. He might be thinking he can get enough invis stacks on his fighter, which could happen. He could back row the fighter and go for that strat. I believe he does have at least invis 1.
He's probably hoping that the black shirt he picked up will be enough to keep his mage alive and do some damage, but he's already, I wouldn't say struggling against this Gur Shark, but he's definitely not flying through him. Now, first look at level 7 spells. We got Harmon Invis 2 and Darkened Saber. Not
Invis 2 would have been nice at a lower level, but you could always find the white shirt, and you know, you'd rather find the defense sword probably anyway with a fighter or ninja.
Absolutely. And it looks like JShydell is also making the Kraken side play.
I'd much rather be JShydell in this Kraken fight, but you never know. Kraken can Kraken. You might just be RNG, and either runner could have it go either way.
I mean, just like that, one of the Wizzahogs took out his white mage, so he's resetting and going back down. Ghost's also not nice. Everything is awful.
I've never seen a nice ghost.
Well, there was this one movie back in the 90s.
He's still a ghost, man. He gave a certain movie critic quite a time too.
Using the light axe. What spell does the light axe end up casting? Is it harm?
Harm 2, I believe. Someone in chat can verify.
Because I think that is the first time I've ever seen anyone actually use it as a cast.
Papa Foy's saying it is Harm 2. I'll go with that. I think Papa Foy's would know what it cast.
Yeah, the consensus definitely seems to be Harm 2. Dragon plus 2 sword. I think that's better than anything else that Sledge is carrying currently. JShydell walking into Waterfall as well. He's going to find his herb. He didn't pull anything out of Sea Shrine. He kind of went, you know what, I'm going to come back to this later.
He's gonna find that eye tile, so we'll see how
Yeah.
many times he takes that fight. I'm sure with his weaponry, he could one-shot it with either the fighter or the ninja if he so chose.
Yes, we can expect to see Jay here for at least 5 minutes. Meanwhile, Sledge still trying to get through Great Sharks. All right.
JShydell again proving the veteran move, getting that key item for that little boost of experience before doing any kind of grind.
Sledge finding TNT in the I know that tile. Its name escapes me.
I didn't see the tile, and I'm not sure I'd know the name of it anyway.
It's the last armory room right before the final staircase to Kraken's floor.
Maybe someone in chat can help us with that. I think it was it black shirt or white shirt vanilla item in there. I don't recall.
Sharknado. Why did my brain just totally space on it? Right. So, your Sledge. You just found the TNT. You're on your way to Kraken. How do you feel?
Not great with my current equipment, but you know you have a chance. You have a chance to get the invis stacks up, back row that fighter. After you get your invis stacks up, if you still have mages standing, throw any remaining nuke charges you have out and hope for the best, because you don't want to have to walk this out.
That is very true. That's another reason why going Kraken said, in my opinion, it's a good play, it's a great play, but it's very risky. Because if you can't get out of there, you might just end up wasting all the time you spend in there.
And a reminder to those anyone joining us in chat, Sledge is in more of a reason to make these off these plays that are more of a stretch at being at this is his only chance to remain in the play-in race. Meanwhile, JShydell could afford to take a loss here, although he's still going to play his best, I'm sure.
I didn't quite see what level he's gotten to yet on this eye grind, but we'll probably find out in a second. 16. Go shaking the hand of the robot in between fights.
And Sledge has almost made it up to Kraken. I imagine he'll heal up, and then we'll see what strategy he chooses to take.
He's
I
taking.
don't know if he has the Bane Sword. That's not a great option, but it is an option. Is it like 1 in 16 instead of 1 in 4 like Brack?
It's still pretty low, but yeah. I do not recall what he has to try to make this work.
It looked like the fighter was swinging the Ice Sword to me.
So we're going to start off by walling up our fighter and throwing out some nukes. Just wall and temper and nuke away.
That's not a very hard-hitting Kraken.
No. He might have a chance here, but then again, I think his white mage has the gold bracelet and a ribbon on her. Ooh.
There's the Kraken hit. Okay, he just got very fortunate with that first hit, because even with the 20 absorb, Kraken only hit, I believe, 3 times, so... Whereas the red mage took a 6 hit.
But Kraken does go down, and Sledge gets their first orblet at about 48 minutes. And they're out of Kraken. They found the TNT. It's they are off to go turn that in, and if that leads to loot, then they're gonna be just looking for the cube.
And the cube was in Lefane, thanks to our tracker's notes. I forgot that was French vanilla cube.
Yes. However, they would have to go find the slab in Ice Cave, which is where the Masamune is currently residing, as well as the secondary ribbon. All right, and our TNT turns into a crown. Well, that's fortunate. Just a quick walk south and go show Astos the crown and then beat him in the head with it. And Sledge dodging the dwarf. It looks like Jay has dropped 2 of his party and left White Mage up and Fighter. So now he's getting into the deep grind now.
Yeah, it looks like he's planning on doing a solo fighter grind and just probably will. That will be it. He'll have that fighter levels and he'll be good to go.
What level would you stop with this fighter grind?
Well, you have fast. I'd probably stop too early. I'd probably stop at like 26.
Sledge grading the power bonk from Astos and now checking the locked room. Fighting our Sifu party pack. He could still benefit greatly from a promotion here, because he has dragon armor. I don't think he's found an opal anything yet, but he does have an Excal -4, which arguably is probably worse than the ice +4 right now.
Yeah, I think I'd keep that ice +4 on, even if you could equip it, which you can't.
Sledge going in, turning in the herb, which gives us a bottle, and that bottle must turn into our loot. So Sledge about to be one of the first with just what actually.
Sledge still needs that cube, but you know,
Still needs that
once he goes into ice, he'll know exactly what he needs to do.
But he is stopping by Provoca. Let's see if he buys a tail and checks his white mage spells.
So he must have remembered where the tail was. He just chose not to go back for it.
Or pure coincidence, he came in here to buy houses.
Possibly. I mean, it looked like a straight march, but he is checking the white magic as well, so maybe he's like, well, I forgot to check this. Let me check it now.
And there's Fade. That's gotta make him feel good. Now that you have something for that white mage to do.
Didn't pick up invisibility, though.
No. He's hoping for brute force to work.
Sun pointing out the bottle could also turn into white shirt if loot happens to be in Sky or Mirage.
That's very true. Very, very true. And it looks like we'll get to find out quick if that is the case or not. I'm hoping that Sledge can pull this out. He's definitely picking up momentum, and his movement and play feels a little bit more confident now than it was in the early game. But it looks like JShydell has finished his grind, he's picked everybody up, and he is making his way out. And there's the white shirt for Sledge. So not quite what we need yet. And apparently JShydell has decided that the Katana -2 not as good as an Ice +4. Swapping that off of his ninja.
Maybe someone check, let us know. I know damage-wise, Ice +4 is probably better. Crit-wise, Ice +4 still might be better, I'm not sure.
The Katana definitely has some of the strongest crit in the game. And Jay's probably going to swing over to Onrak and walk through Kraken.
JShydell heading back into Sea Shrine. I'm gonna give that another go.
After spending 8 minutes punching eyes, I think Yeah, I think he is ready. I don't think he's gonna stop for much. Except the Sharknado room, definitely.
Did he ever? He doesn't know where the TNT is, correct?
Not yet. But if he doesn't check Sharknado for some reason, and then goes and checks everything else, checks Mermaid, which again, he'll probably never do that. But if he did, that would be the key for Sledge to win this.
And Sledge hopefully will find the masa and ribbon before he finds the key item that was here.
I think the key item is actually in that same room, in the last chest guarded by the spike tile.
Okay, so if unless you're one of the people that goes last chest trap tile before checking the first, then you're almost guaranteed to find it.
Jay finding a nice +4. So what was he swinging before? Oh, ice armor +3. One of those scenarios you blink and you miss it.
Yeah, I could have swore that's sword too.
Multiple ice swords in game? Oh, well.
In vanilla, there's 2 ice swords in the game, right?
That sounds about right. But we can now officially say that Jay's ninja is decked out in ice. Thank you. I'll see you guys next week.
That's only 6 tomatoes. That's not too bad.
So you're saying there's a chance?
You're still there. I mean, you can make another one.
He is quite chill. But once he gets down to Kraken, he's probably gonna give him the cold shoulder. There's a masa and a ribbon that he can't hold.
Our restreamer / tracker threatening us with disconnect.
JShydell finding an Agama tile, and here is his TNT. So he's just gonna touch this tile, and he's gonna take off down to Kraken.
Doesn't care about that Agama tile, but not going to skip it. You're not going to run from it when you can just almost one-shot it. Ninja didn't quite do his job there. Fighter had to kick in some damage.
There's a slab for Sledge, and yeah, with that much ice that Jay has, he's definitely skating through this dungeon.
Did he get the masa? I missed that.
He did.
Okay.
However, he did bounce off the ribbon, so hopefully you can make room for that and not forget that was a thing. Chat might be able to tell me, did he actually pick up that ribbon, or did he just leave it in the chest?
Sledge hasn't seen how nasty that Frost Giant Frost Wolf pack is either.
Not yet, but there's a chance.
Unfortunate runs. Looks like Sledge gonna have one more, and still good encounter to take. He can take this one out, no problem.
And here's Kraken 1 on Jay's side. Giving Kraken the proper respect again by setting up some invises. So Fighter getting ahead of the ninja there.
That Kraken needs to be locked. Yep, there we go.
Ooh, down goes Black Mage. But he wasn't needing to do anything, and yep, there goes Kraken.
Lock 2 doing Lock 2 things. He went from 2 hits, 100 damage, to 6 hits, and what was that, 600 and something damage?
It was a lot, and you know what? It did the trick. Sledge now in Volcano. Gonna go down to carry. Sledge must be feeling the pressure now as we're coming up on the hour mark. He has a key, an airship. He's found all of this good stuff, and he just knows that Jay's right on his tail, if not just ahead of him. So this is getting closer and closer. Jay, however, only needs to go through Mirage and Sky, where we might find our loot. We're turning in the TNT now, so he's gonna.
I believe we will definitely find our loot in the sky. I don't think there's any other place it can be at this point.
Absolutely.
So, do you check bottom, or do you go straight to Kraken and only check top floor down?
The Tiamat?
Yeah, to Tiamat. When you're
if I had everything, I would probably check bottom. I'd go bottom up. I'd have to, but the second I found it, I would touch nothing else.
Okay, I think I would do the opposite. I think I would probably just check the large chest quantities on the way up, and then only check bottom if I had to.
Right. I would do it all because if I find it on that first floor Mirage, I know I can just beeline to Tia and put an end to that. Because one thing I would hate to do is to get all the way up there, find out that it's not up there, fight Tia, and then have to go back up again, especially because we don't have warp, we don't have exit.
Very true. I was talking about checking everything from air up.
Well, with this flag set,
yeah, just leaving the greater than less than in the bottom floor.
Yeah, I would definitely full clear if I was Jay until I found it. Especially since if you find it early, then you know. The faster you find it, the more power you can put into your push.
Very true. If I'm Sledge though, I'm feeling behind with those early, kind of early mishaps. I might want to take a little bit more of a gamble.
So Jay just got his bottle, and he's wrapping around to check the locked armory in Elfland. Do you think he's hoping for another ribbon? Because I don't know of anything else he could be looking for.
Defense sword, maybe?
That's another good find. So you got the bottle. You have the chime and the cube. You obviously have to do the bottle first.
Yeah, you're definitely checking the bottle first. If this is loot, then you're not checking anything. You're going to go up even, with whatever you have. You have wall, you have invis too.
Sledge finally making that play to promote. Unfortunately, I don't think he's doing it fast enough to get his knight some decent magic charges. He did clear fire.
I saw the carry fight. I didn't see the carry finish, so I couldn't answer that. Did you actually? I saw him fighting carry, but I didn't watch the actual fight.
Pretty sure that with the spells, equipment, and levels he had, carry was no match.
We can only hope.
There's 2 orbs lit. He got carry.
Well, it's our tracker asking the question, so.
I was stalling for time until I saw a.
You just wanted to make sure, check the orb. Yeah, our tracker knew. He's just checking. He's checking with if we knew.
We know that you know that he knows that they know that we know. Got it? Good.
So we do see the first floor play from JShydell, which must have been nothing because he bounced right out.
And now we're doing some item shuffling here since he just promoted.
See if JShydell makes the greater than less than. Yes, he is going for that. So let's see if key item is in a greater than less than.
It wasn't on the first floor.
Is the loot cube locked or was it chime locked?
Well, it looks like there's a lot of money in those rooms, but sadly no loot. There was a lot of booty, but there wasn't any loot. I'm sorry.
You made the setup. You made the setup for the loot joke, and then you went with booty. I don't understand.
I just kind of felt piratey for some reason. Sledge is about slebbed.
Is that his new name? Slab Clammy?
That's it. Sledge only recently got this slab, then decided to promote and do all that fun stuff. But now he's since he's over here, he's gonna go and just speed through the earthen highway here, and then go visit Lefane on his way to Sky. That would be my bet.
So I would venture to say Sledge is about 2 Topher wipes behind at this point. What?
I would say, yeah. I mean, if Kraken and Tia are rather evil, Sledge has a chance to catch up. But right now, I think this is Jay's race to lose. He has a lot of power with the ninja and the knight. They've been promoted for a long time, so they have a decent amount of spells and spell levels themselves. So even if Jay does end up wiping, he has at least 2 life casters.
Yeah, so our level 1 magic, we have Temper, so the ninja, I believe Temper is learnable. And then Fast at level 2, so you got a ninja with Fast and Temper, potentially. I don't know what the lock slots are, so I'm looking. Looks like level 2 was Fast at first slot, and then level 1 should be fine. White magic, where was Life at? Life was level 3 at second slot, so was that Knight learnable?
That's a good question. No life knight. This knight stays at home and plays video games all day.
You know, you can make money doing that.
So
I
I
don't.
hear.
And
Speaking of which, hey, you should go follow these wonderful racers on Twitch.
you beat me to it. I was racing our tracker. He won.
I didn't even want to try. I was gonna put in all kinds of other commands that probably wouldn't have worked.
Meanwhile, still checking boxes, so apparently hasn't run across that key item yet.
I have a feeling he's about to shortly.
This is vanilla chest, right? Okay. No key item in vanilla.
Single Gerdusa? Yeah. I was gonna say I would swing a sword at that real fast.
French vanilla check.
Opal +1. It's definitely better than an iron +2. Well, out of all the items and places to last location this, it's probably not the worst. Because the loot only solves one problem, whereas the key could solve many other problems.
Loot is one of those items you just never know where it might wind up, so.
Still have not seen a defense sword, which might not be a problem, given how much power JShydell is currently holding. If yeah, there's got to be some serious wiping going on for Sledge to catch up.
Looks like Invis was third slot level 2. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know the lock spells off the top of my head, so I don't know if he has a second shot of Invis or not. Our tracker's saying he believes he has that, so he does have a way to at least get half stack of 3 of 6. On
Sledge with
Kraken.
his cube. So now Sledge is rushing to get out of here and get to Sky, because he knows that's where he has to go next. But he still has yet. No, wait, he did do Earth. He just finished Earth. We blinked and missed Lich again. So yeah, he knows that at this point, he's either ahead or behind.
Papa Foy is dropping the knowledge. Level 2 is learnable by all. I thought level 1 and level 2 might have been, but
We're stopping up here to
was
resupply.
that the literal last chest? I didn't see him check right side. Did he check right side or left side first?
He went
He checked
for-
left, he went to right first, so it was the
Yeah.
literal last chest. Wow.
That was I'm gonna go ahead and put that commentator curse on our restreamer and tracker. At the same time, if you last chest the loot, not a horrible thing. There are much worse items to last location. Well, you know what they say, the item you find is always in the last place you look. Sledge now gonna do all the box touching. Let's hope he by the time he gets up there, he touches the left side first.
I'm hoping Sledge makes the bottom floor play, skips greater than less than, skips first floor sky, and just checks the high density locations. Not likely, but you never know. If he's feeling behind, he might make a play like that.
It's possible, but at the same time, if that item is in that less than greater than, and you don't check it and you touch everything else above it, you are going to be upset. However, in this case, that won't be the situation we see. However, we have all 4 orbs lit on JShydell's side. He has everything he needs to go to Topher. And he just, I think he might even just do some quick shopping in Corneria. Make sure he's maxed out on all the potions he needs, and we're gonna see our first Topher dive shortly. And Sledge going to check the greater than less than room. He's gonna find a bunch of money. That's about it.
JShydell restocking on heal potions. I've definitely had things go bad when I forgot to do that, so always a good idea to do, even if you think you have everything you need. Go ahead and get those 99. Checking his equipment, I would say it looks pretty good.
All you need is one house and 99 potions.
If I had one house and 99 drinks, I think I'd be set.
At least for a night or two.
Yeah, the party of 4, I think you could handle that.
Yeah. Again, depends on the kinds of drinks.
Finds a phantom in vanilla phantom spot.
I was about to mention, is that the vanilla phantom spot?
It is.
I feel like I've seen that before.
That is the worst experience giving enemy in the game at 1 and 1, I believe.
Yeah, it is. It's also one of the worst enemies to run into at a low level.
Yes.
Because they are so nasty usually.
Is it they have the highest crit rate in the game? Someone in chat can drop knowledge on us. Phantoms have something really nasty. I think it might be the highest crit rate, but I'm not going to swear to that by any means.
JShydell is just racing through Topher.
We still have Gatekeepers 1 through 3 and Speed Bump 1.
The Phantoms apparently have the second highest crit rate.
Second highest. What has the highest, Papa? Boys?
Kraken 2, maybe? Saber Tees. Really? I don't think I ever gave Saber Tees a chance to even do that to me. It's the teeth, of course. So I don't think we saw our favorite robot chicken on JShydell's side. Are we gonna see it on Sledge's side?
You can always hope. He does kind of need those levels, so he might not mind seeing it.
Does not take the quick, easy single eye.
No, gotta be feeling behind at this point, but that's one you either, probably 50-50 on fighting or running. Depends on who strikes first, but I think I might have taken that fight.
Yeah,
he does
I mean,
take the Medusa fight, so at least he gets he gets an easy experience from that.
he does have a Masa 3 on that fighter, so yeah, just one swing and boop.
And he hurt us 10 minutes in the past. Takes the second one.
JShydell not getting caught on that infamous corner that seems to catch everybody.
Missed the carry 2 fight. Is too busy looking at Sledges. Apparently that went by.
Yeah, she was speed bumping number 2 tonight. Kraken 2.
That is fairly absorb heavy Kraken 2, at least for the ninja. Not for the fighter though. That was one temper, was it? One temper, one
temper, 1273, and Kraken is no longer. I very rarely get to see Kraken become speed bump 3, but there it is. That backhand happens to be strapped to a very large, sharp sword.
And for those of us who, any of those who came in late or later, the fighter has plus 40 strength this seed, so a healthy fighter.
Fighter went to the gym before becoming a light warrior.
Tiamat doing what Kraken normally does and hitting the back row.
Tia getting just finally trying to make up for Kraken's lack of gatekeeping. Unfortunately, didn't do a great job of it. As we are about to go visit Chaos, Sledge finally on the floor with the loot. Unfortunately, he's starting off to the right.
So we begin our chaos fight. Looks like we're going to get our fast and our power bonk going. So that's already going to be a lot of tempers and a lot of fast and one stack of invis out. Chaos going with lightning 2 to start. No characters going down. Still in good shape. A lock 2. Chaos is going to fast up, so we want to get those invis stacks up. Before he starts dropping party members.
Knight shows Chaos the rapier -5 he bought at the beginning of the game.
Always a good idea to show off, what you killed him with in the past or future, or however that works.
8 hits, 257 out of the 9, not horrible.
No, could be
5 hits, 748 with the Masa coming out of the Knight. 3 hits for 3 damage.
Katana fan, anyone?
Katana doing katana things. 6 hits, 505.
I think we're up around the 2,000 mark at this point.
Just about. 2 hits, 96 damage. Eight hits, 1381, and that is Chaos down. Get your GGs in chat, and it looks like with if I can click properly, with an official time of 1 hour 22 minutes according to racetime.gg, JShydell wins the race. And Sledge getting that information forfeits shortly thereafter. Let's see if we can get him in the booth for some questions. because I can't seem to do it.
Yeah, let's see if once they close the race out, it should send them the invite. But if our restreamer wants to try, there we go.
Oh.
Welcome, GG, guys. What'd you think?
Hey.
Start with JShydell, our winner. How'd that go for you?
That was a dumpster fire, but not bad otherwise. God, those images.
Yes. Those images, just about everything early on, kind of did not like you guys in their dungeon.
In anywhere.
Yeah.
Even Garland, he had poison touch. He was not a fun fight.
Thankfully, Temper and punched him down, but holy cow.
Yes.
Like, all the early items even rolled negative.
Other than that dagger.
Yeah.
We saw you picking up rapier -5s from the shop,
Yeah.
Jay. And how did those work out for you? Because we saw you you showed it to Chaos just before you decimated him.
I mean, you know, where you come from, where you go, whatever. Miss menu.
I thought it was a bit of a swagger, actually. It's like, hey, you see this? This is gonna be the death of you in the future.
Hey, this is what killed Garland. It's gonna kill you. No.
Sledge. That was a rough seed for you.
I think we should have gone a little bit there. To our viewers, we did have a forfeit, so Sledge, we're seeing 10 minutes in the past, but normally we would bring you in when that came through on the screen. But we're seeing you play. You can commentate and commentate your own moves here, Sledge.
Oh, right now I'm on Chaos, so that's all I can say.
You hit the forfeit button, and now you're just finishing it up, right?
Yeah, just wrapping it up.
Understandable. But yeah, what was your thoughts on the early part of the game? We saw that you were having some minor troubles there.
Yeah, first of all, got tilted because my emulator, my BizHawk decided to stop working and just freeze. So I started off the scene tilted.
Yeah, that would definitely do it. We did see you start to get some more confidence in make your way as you got to the middle to late game, and start finding everything. How
once
long?
I got
Go ahead.
Once I hit that trap tile, that grind trap tile, I was fine.
That eye grind, yeah. When did you finally realize that the tail was still in the shop, and because you had access to that floater early, were you ever thinking about trying to promote earlier, or was it something?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't because I didn't have the money. I had it on the back of my mind, and I'm like, I need to dive a dungeon. I need to grind. I need some money for that tail.
Did you also remember that Fade was at level 2, or was
I
that,
never saw it. I didn't even see it the first time around.
Ah, right, because we saw that.
Yeah.
You made it there. You bounced off the pirates and then ended up back in the in Corneria.
Mm-hmm. I didn't have enough money to pay the inn.
Right. Well, that does happen. Beans, you got more questions?
Early airship, but kind of a rough start. Was that in the back of your mind? Let's start with our winner, JShydell, on that.
With the early airship, yeah. I felt behind the entire time. It's like, if he took a black belt, found that eye grind, it was over.
Interesting you mentioned that, because Sledge was in Waterfall Cave very early.
I couldn't get through the nightmares. The nightmares wouldn't let me through.
Go ahead, Sledge. Let us know what happened.
I went in, manipulated the encounter table. First 3 fights are nightmares, and they had first attack. Okay, I'll ignore manipulation. Mummies, 7-pack mummies wipe me down. I'm level 4. What do you want me to do against that? And after that, it was nightmare mummies. I'm like, yeah, there's no way I can cross that quite yet. I need some chests. That's why I went all around the world trying to find something to at least push forward.
Now,
Yeah.
Sledge, when you found Fade and Nuke, did you think, "Oh, I can't believe I forgot about white magic when I wiped," because you did take an early wipe in the second town there. So, what was going through your head when you saw those?
I didn't see Fade the first time I went to when I went to Provoca. I only saw Fade when I went to get the tail. So I was kind of annoyed that I didn't see it at first place, but otherwise, no, I took a wipe on the pirates because I have my knight had poison, my black mage had poison, and 35 gil to pay for that. And I had 25 at the time, so I was like, yeah, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, definitely a rough start. It wasn't an easy start for Jay either. Had a little bit different path. You guys will just have to watch that back, but interesting start for sure.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Who had the roughest start between the both of us?
It was it was pretty even, I would say.
I disagree. I think just Sledge obviously had the rougher start.
I would say that because
Yes.
of the issues with the Bizhawk, Sledge it definitely had the harder start there. But the seeing how you were playing it, it was very interesting because you didn't even bother going to check on Garland at all. You went straight to
No,
Provoca after seeing that the magic in level 1 was kind of not great, and you
but
started doing that side.
it was the first time I had the floater before I took down Garland.
That was quite
No,
interesting.
actually, I had the airship before I killed Garland.
Yes. You rolled up in style to Toph and went, "Hey Garland, I'm here. I hear you have a princess. Give her back."
Exactly.
It was quite an interesting race to watch the different routing you took and your planning. Jay was doing things. It was very by the books, but you looked like you were taking a lot more risk going into waterfall super early. Um,
Yep.
Bouncing off the pirates, which um, that's something if that happened to me, I probably would have tilted exceptionally hard.
Bounce off
And
the
Well,
pirates and 10 gold short of the end.
yeah, that's rough.
I
But
was already tilted when I got to the pirates. That's why on the airship you see me going in multiple directions, feeling like I don't know where I'm going. I'm just trying to calm myself down, get my bearings back up.
Yeah, it looked
yeah,
like you recovered pretty good later in the race. And again, just different routes you guys took made a difference. JShydell went to Ice Cave, found a Bat Masa fairly early, whereas you were almost endgame by the time you had gotten that.
Yeah, but that dagger, that +4 dagger, was giving me pretty good damage. 300 on that, 200 on that eye trap tile on early levels.
that plus 40 strength on the fighter will do that.
Yeah.
That was really key.
We're coming up on your Kraken fight. Did you want to commentate your own fight?
I don't even remember it. I was just talking my way through it. So I didn't even. I'm just playing by memory at that point, by instinct. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. I think on Kraken is when I finally started putting my black mage in the top slot. I'm not sure there.
Yeah, you just made that switch. Put the black mage back up at the top, and
Yeah.
you're getting prepared for what uh we assumed might be a difficult cracking. We didn't get a chance to see because JShydell got prepared and then made sashimi for us.
Who was Kraken? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 2 round kraken.
If
All the
that, it was
fiend,
a
all the fiends
vast
were
improvement.
actually really sliceable.
They did seem a little squishy.
Yeah.
The refights definitely were cake. However, we never saw any. Once one of the nasty scripts that we did not see at all was crack anywhere, or
Mhm.
zap for that matter.
No,
So
I
that
didn't see nuke or nuclear either.
it was a very tame seed in that regard.
But
We all,
toxic.
but quite toxic. Yes. We also never saw
JShydell saw
Warmac.
some Lightning 3, some Death Touch, some things you didn't see, I think, on Frost Giants, Frost Wolves, and Ice Cave. Again,
Oh
that was the
god,
difference
frost
between
giants,
yeah, in between. What was that stone poison that they had?
something like that. They were
Twint.
no.
And then the Frost Wolves having Lightning 3. Oh,
Yeah.
Light
that
3
was
and
miserable.
I got lucky. I ran them because I saw them. I'm like, not worth the XP, and just ran away.
There's some very interesting scenarios played out in this seed. It was fun to watch. Tia is Tia 2's looking kind of weak right now. Tia's the only one that lasted more than 2 rounds against Jay.
I'm just
Well,
glad we
Kraken
didn't have
lasted 3.
all right, we had a fighter build and not a black belt build with that early airship. This could have been a very like you said, it
Yes,
could have been a very short race had black
yes,
belt.
Mhm.
but with fighter plus 40, you can't really say no to that either.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Oh
It's
no, I'm gonna go with the black belt that just has plus 5 luck. Yeah, no.
You also have
we
some
did
shooting boxes. You really do.
we did see the XCal in this seed. It rolled a -4. What was your thoughts picking up that?
Well, when I put it on, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to my ice sword plus 4, and then I saw the massa in my pool, and I'm like, yep, the massa's going back on my fighter.
And
Completely ignored the Excal.
yeah, here you are going into your chaos fight finally, and you are getting ready for
No more
uh,
potions.
yeah,
No
we
more
saw
potions.
that.
It was a healthy chaos too. I want to say he had over 3,000 health.
He felt like a pushover.
He didn't hit hard.
No, he
Well, we
didn't.
didn't see him hit hard. He did throw fast up, at least on JShydell's side. I don't think we ever
He-
saw him hit at.
Yeah,
Never saw him hit.
No, I didn't see him hit. I saw him
he
cast.
he fasted and then fell apart.
Yep.
Your black mage punching
Always.
for 1 damage before he gets punched out.
Yeah.
Slapping chaos cast didn't like that. Slapped him right back.
He just
Just respect
decided to
chaos.
stay. He just decided to stay dead.
That chip damage in while you can, and just wearing him down and
Hey,
swinging
maybe
with.
that one damage gave me the win. Maybe it did.
If you would have finished him off with that 1 damage slap, that would have been epic.
That would
Hilarious.
honestly have been great. I don't think Chaos has. Yeah, I was just gonna say he's probably almost dead right there, and that last fade finished it.
All right, so we got chaos down again. GG's to our runners. Are we ready for final thoughts?
I'm ready for final thoughts. Let's go ahead and start with Jay. You are think 3-0 in your pod, so that
Yeah.
guarantees you a chance in the brackets. What are your thoughts?
Nervous, excited, scared, all the above.
That's fair. That's very fair.
It's gonna be fun. It's been a great pod.
Sledge.
Yeah, had fun. That's the whole point of it.
Had fun, had a chance to learn some stuff. Are you planning to take part in the Duck Derby coming up after spring tournament?
Probably not. I'm gonna probably come back to the fall tournament.
All right. Well, with that, I don't have anything else, but I want to thank everybody for being part of streaming this with us tonight. Thanks Randomania for letting us borrow their channel to have a very interesting stream. And thanks to Fiend and Sunflash for handling all the difficult things that I just can't seem to keep in my brain.
Yep, I believe that will wrap us up. Again, you can follow our runners. Their information is in chat. That's twitch.tv/Clammy and twitch.tv JShydell. And if you're watching this on YouTube or watching this on video on demand and think, hey, I might want to join the community. Unfortunately, our Discord link's not up in chat, but you can search for the Final Fantasy Discord and go ahead and join. It's a very welcoming community. I've only been a member for around 2 months, and very, very easy to get started. So encourage you guys to do that. And I believe with that, we will turn it over back to Randomania for whatever's next.